Hey guys, Ketan again. Today we are solving the select training set problem from the ICPC contest 2019 IIT Kanpur problem set. So the problem code is train set, TRAINSET. So you can check this problem out in CodeChef. I actually got the solution over here, but I'll first we'll look at the problem statement and then we'll go to the solution once we understand what the problem is actually requiring us to do. Okay. You are given a dataset consisting of n items. Each item is a pair of a word and a boolean denoting whether the given word is a spam word or not. We want to use this dataset for training our latest machine learning model. Thus, we want to choose some subset of this dataset as training dataset. We want to make sure that there are no contradictions in our training set. That is, there shouldn't be a word included in the training set that's marked both as spam and not spam. For example, item FCK is marked as 1, which is spam, I guess. And again, we also have another item FCK which is 0, marked as 0. So they are contradicting. So yeah, 1 is spam and 0 is not spam. They are contradicting, so we can't have both of those things, right? Your task is to select the maximum number of items in the training set. Note that the same pair of word, bool can appear multiple times in input. The training set can also contain the same pair multiple times. Okay. So I think it would be good if we look at this example. We can understand it better. So if we have 1 over here, this is actually a boolean value. So what this denotes is that this is a spam word, right? If it is 0, then it's not a spam word. Okay, so we have these pairs, multiple pairs, but we can't select a pair that is contradicting with another pair. For example, look at these two. FCK is declared as spam here, and then it is declared as not spam here, right? So these two are contradicting, so we can't have both. We can only choose one. Now, which one do we choose? Well, here FCK1 is replicated repeated two times, so the count will be 2 if we select FCK1, whereas if we select FCK0, the count will only be 1, right? So this has higher count. So he has asked us to select maximum number of items in the training set, right? So we have to select FCK1 instead of FCK0. And body is repeated 3 times, but it's not contradicting, so we count all of them. Okay, so and RAM is 0, and there's just 1 RAM, so we can just count it into our solution. So 3 plus 1, which gives us 4, and then okay, and then we got FCK1 and FCK1. So 4 plus 2, 6, right? So we got the answer as 6 here. Okay, guys. So you also have explanation explaining the same thing over here. Now let's look at the solution and understand how we solve this problem. First, we take test cases as usual, and then we get an n value representing how many pairs are there, right? Now I took a dictionary named AD. So a dictionary holds key value pairs, right? Now I also took a variable named answer, which is basically our answer that we should output. Okay. Now what I'll be doing is, we are just taking the input and we are just taking these words. I'm taking this as name and this as bool, so I'm splitting them into 2 different variables. And then if the name is already in our dictionary, which is AD, then what do I do? If the boolean value of that name is 0, then I'm just incrementing a part of the list. Okay, let me just show you how this will actually be represented if we looked at the dictionary, which is AD, right? First of all, when we get FCK, what we'll do is we'll put a key into the dictionary, as fck, it is a string, and then we'll have a list. So this is how I'm creating the dictionary. So what will be in the list? Well, the list will contain two values and both will be 0 at the start, right? Okay, not 0, one will be 1 and other will be 0 when we are starting. So this is the count of how many zeros I have encountered with the same key value, right? And then the second one is how many ones, one valued booleans I have encountered with the same key value. So for example, when we take fck, we got fck space 1, so this will be 1. When we first encounter it, this will be created like this, right? Then we encountered 0, right? So we already have it in our dictionary, so we'll be incrementing 0 to 1. This is what is happening in this case. Okay guys, if it was reversed, fck0 was in the first place and fck1 was in the second place, then in the second iteration this would be executing, right? In any case, the first if in the first statement fck1, we actually go into the else statement because fck is not in the dictionary at the start, right? So we need to put it into the dictionary. Then we just put it. If it is 0, then we put the counter as 1, 0, otherwise we put the counter as 0, 1, right? Now let's go through this these inputs and see how the dictionary is shaping out. So first it will be like this with the first entry, and then we got a 0, so now this will be 1, and then we got a 1, so now this will be 2, right? So these three are done. Now we encountered body, right? Now we need to also put body into our dictionary. So we'll add another key named body, and then this will at the start have 1, 0. So why is it 1, 0? Because we have encountered 0 first, right? Right. So this is how it will be added into the dictionary, and then we have encountered another 0, so this one will become 2, and then we got another 0, so this will become 3. Right, now the bodies are also done. Now we have encountered a new key named ram, and the boolean value is 0. So we'll be adding ram into the dictionary as key, and then this will be 1, and the counter of 1 will be 0, right? Because we have encountered 0 with the ram, right? So this will be our final dictionary. This will how the AD will be after all of the inputs are taken. Now after all the inputs are taken, so this big loop is basically for taking all the inputs and storing the taken inputs into appropriate data types and increasing the counters, right? Now we have to actually get the answer, right? So what we do is we actually go through the dictionary. So for key in dictionary, we are getting the keys, right? So first we get fck, and then we get body, and then we get ram. Now as we are going through the keys, what we do is we check which one is greater in this list. So first of all, what will be the key? fck will be the key. So AD of fck will return list with 1, 2. Now I'm trying to find the max of those two things. Now we got 2 here, right? We don't actually need the index of which one is greater, because we don't need to put whether fck1 is greater or fck0 is greater. We just need to know which one is greater. We just need to know which counter is bigger, so that we can add it to the answer, right? So what I'm basically doing here is we got 1 0 and 2 1s, so I don't need to take 0 into the account because we can't contradict them. So what I basically do is take the 2, right, and then add it to the answer. So answer will be 0 first. Now I have added 2's, and then the bodies, I have added all the bodies because 3 is maximum, and then with ram I have added 1 because this is the maximum in this list, right guys? So we are basically checking which one is greater and then adding it to our answer, right? So yeah, this will increment the answer to get the final output, and then we are just printing our answer. So this is actually working, guys. So I have submitted this code and it works. So this is fairly simple, but you do need to get the thought of using a dictionary. So data structures is a key aspect of solving this problem. Well, you could also solve this problem in other ways, but this is how I've solved this. So if you like the video, guys, please hit the like button and subscribe, and share this video with any of your friends so that they can also learn something new. And yeah, keep solving problems and keep upsolving problems. Like if you haven't done any new, if you, for example, I just solved these two problems in all the 8 problems. So what I'll be doing next is, because I didn't solve all of the problems, I'll be learning how to do the next problem, because I couldn't do it on my own. I'll try to find the solution online and understand the logic that the other person did, and try to actually solve it. Right? This is called upsolving, solving the problems that you didn't do in the contest. So that will help you, increase your coding skills, so that you can solve more problems in the future contests. Right, guys? Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in a bit.